Every week, the Xfinity Editors pick the TV show, movie, or special event they are most excited about right now. And this week, we kick things off with Maddie. Maddie, what are you looking forward to?
So my pick this week is Archer, which is on season 14. One of the funniest animated shows, or any show of all time, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the season trailer.
You need to win the agent skills competition if we're going to launch the agency properly.
So allow you to ruthlessly exploit us.
Welcome to the concept of a job.
Down in Utah! I do feel a responsibility to keep my mother's legacy alive.
Woohoo! Hey, Archer.
No.
I'm looking for one of you to take the mantle of leadership.
It's me, right?
All's fair in love and...
Ow! Ah!
It shall be I who leads.
Yes, my pick is Archer. As you can see, hilarious show. An animated series, which is a big deviation for me. I don't watch a lot of animated stuff, but I'll be watching that this week. I haven't watched Archer in a bit, but since this is the final season, I need to tune in to see how the show wraps up. The first couple of seasons of Archer were legitimately some of the funniest television I've ever seen. It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes for good reason. It's won 4 Emmys, I found out when I did a little research, which is news to me. The voice of H. John Benjamin is familiar. If you watch Bob's Burgers, he is the voice of Bob. And I love that he does nothing here with his voice. There's nothing different than how he does Bob. It's hilarious because he plays 2 completely different characters. A dad that runs a burger joint and a secret agent with an alcohol problem. And it just works perfectly for both of them. It's like kind of the antithesis of the Mission Impossible franchise in a way. So I imagine maybe, Nicole, you would like this because I know you're not the biggest MI fan in the world. But we've lost the great Jessica Walter back in 2021, who voiced Archer's mother, Mallory, who was head of the agency. They sent off her character in the most perfect way in season 12 to honor Jessica Walter. And now they're finally bringing the whole show to a close after this season. So it's very bittersweet, but I will be tuning in on August 30th on FXX. I'm not sure if either of you watched the show, but it's a great one to just throw on a couple episodes. You really don't have to be aware of the plot the whole way through. Some fantastic one-liners that I continue to use in my day-to-day vernacular, not knowing if anyone understands the references at all, but I'm going to miss Archer.
Yeah, I really love Bob's Burgers as well. But I think they even had a crossover episode.
They did.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. And obviously you can't tell the difference. He doesn't change his voice. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I like that you could just dive in. You don't need to have to catch up or, do any research. You could just enjoy the show. But always been a fan of this.
I have not watched it, which is surprising because I feel like I would like it.
That is surprising. I don't think I've ever watched a show that you haven't seen, David.
Wow. Never even seen an episode, honestly. Wow. That actor, H. John Benjamin, also voices the video store clerk on Family Guy, right. who appears throughout the entire series. And I think there's even a moment, unless I'm confusing the Archer Bob's Burgers crossover, but I think there's a moment where a character calls out that he sounds just like Bob's Burgers, and that becomes a gag in the episode.
Mm-hmm. You might be right. And he's got such a distinct voice, and I believe he's been on done roles on camera before too. So you'd think when you'd hear him, it would take you out of it and be like, oh, there he is. There's that voice I know. But it never does. For whatever reason, it just works. He could probably voice any type of character and we would just believe it. He's a fantastic voice actor. So yeah.
100%. And every season, doesn't it? It's kind of different or themed. Wasn't one in the jungle and one was in space?
Yeah, they did a couple of themed seasons. My favorite being they had a Miami Vice season for, I believe it was season 5, which was fantastic. But at the core, he's just a secret agent with a lot of issues, women issues, motherly issues, and it's just hilarity ensues in every episode. So highly recommend everyone check out the last season. And if you want to catch up, start with season 1 because it's funny right from the get.
Perfect. Thanks, Maddie. Nicole, what are you most excited about this week?
All right, I am going to talk about Wheel of Time on Prime Video. Let's watch a clip really quick.
strongest lieutenant free. He may be waking the Forsaken. You have no conception of the power they wield.
The only way to stop all the suffering is to stop the wheel itself.
So this book turned series is getting a season 2 on 9/1 for Prime Video. It's a high fantasy world where magic exists, but only some can wield it. So if you like shows like The Witcher, Game of Thrones, or for my fellow Fourth Wing fans, you'll probably enjoy this as well. But it's definitely world building. So I would highly suggest catching up on season 1 prior to starting season 2, because you might be a little lost. David, have you caught this one yet?
I have not, but I know you've recommended it to me so many times.
Yeah.
I just can't stop Nicole from talking about the Wheel of Time
Yes.
and how much she loves it.
I
I have not, and maybe I will check it out.
Great. And I've done my job.
Have you checked it out?
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of the show that we talked about 2 episodes ago now. Another Game of Thronesy type show. There's plenty of these to fill up your time while we wait for House of the Dragon.
That's true.
The Winter King.
The Winter King. Thank you. That was your pick, right, David?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we got to do like a double season feature.
It does feel like everyone sort of every network was like, we got to get the next Game of Thrones, and Prime Video has had a couple of them, from Lord of the Rings to Wheel of Time to I think even to some degree Good Omens, maybe even Jack Ryan. I don't know. They just want some big action-packed, high budget.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah, of course.
My pick, the premiere I'm most excited about, the show that I can't stop talking about. Man, do I talk about this show. It is Power Book 4 Force, which returns for its highly anticipated second season this Friday, September 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern on Starz. Let's take a quick look at a clip.
I want to know everything about the men running.
We own this city. Follow me. Let's face the music.
Tommy Egan.
I'm back.
If you're not familiar with the Power franchise, it began in 2014 with the original series, which followed a drug dealer named James St. Patrick, aka Ghost, who attempts to leave the criminal world to build a nightclub empire. The show ran for 6 seasons, ending in 2020, but ushering in a sequel series called Power Book 2 Ghost, which followed James St. Patrick's son as he attempts to overcome his father's legacy while simultaneously building his own. 1 year later, Starz debuted the prequel series, Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, or Raising Canaan. I don't know. I think it's Raising Canaan, which tells the origin story of 50 Cent's drug-dealing character from the original series. And that brings us to Power Book 4 Force, which premiered in early 2022 and follows Ghost's former best friend and drug-dealing partner, Tommy Egan, as he leaves New York to build his own empire in Chicago. The Power franchise is one of the most popular, most watched sagas on television. And if you needed any more reasons to check it out, I should mention that Book 4, as well as the previous Book 3, both have 100% fresh ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, which is wild considering that Book 2 has a 66%. Somehow it got better as they made more of these.
I have a question. I've got a couple questions. Okay.
Yes.
Is it Power Book 4 Force? Or is it Power Book 4?
Yes.
And then, confusing to me, number one. But no shade. Like you said, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fabulous. There is another missed opportunity here. Why wouldn't they just make it Power Book Force?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, they could go the Fast and the Furious route and just start making up crazy titles because
Nicole, start coming up with some. Start making a list.
All right.
Yeah, Nicole, this is your like MO. You could come up. You come up with a great title.
If they reach out, I will help. Yeah.
Power Book 4. Force. Okay.
Power Book 4.
What's the new Expendables? It's like Expendables.
They throw the 4 in there in place of the A.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Megan, May Thregan.
Yes. They were actually supposed to be a Power Book 5, colon something, but Stars canceled it earlier this year, so that'll never see the light of day. And I saw some comments somewhere where people were like, fine, I didn't want to see about that character anyway. Okay. Poor character.
Yeah.
But yeah, people love this show, and 50 Cent has been, I think, a executive producer on all of these. And it's just
I have one more clarifying question.
Yeah.
Is it it's the Power franchise? It's not Power Book.
No, just Power.
Power.
The book has been since added.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's because it's sounding like John Wick chapter. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm combining the word book with the full title. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose not to put the colon after Power, like Power Book 4 - Force.
It's like Mission Impossible : Dead Reckoning - Part 1.
No, it's Mission
colon
Impossible
comma
Dead Reckoning colon Part 2
ampersand. Oh man, titles.
Bunch of English majors over here. Maybe I don't remember what you guys went to school for, but
I did minor in English, so yeah, you're not wrong.
Maddie,
not me. That's why I can't figure this out. I can't read. Just can't read.
Well, check out all of the shows we just discussed and figure out the grammar for yourself. So much more by saying what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote.